It's merely down to either intelligence, which is a load of bullshit because intelligence should have to be proven. Intelligence can't be the coppers ringing up your probation. If the coppers ring probation and say, we've got intelligence on this person, even though there's nothing to back it up, the coppers might have a dislike to you, they don't want you back out, or someone might be chatting shit about you behind the scenes to get you off the streets. The coppers ring probation and say, we've got information that Mr. X is supplying, or Mr. X is committing violent offences. Where's the proof? Well, there isn't any because he hasn't been charged or he hasn't been pulled in by the police and questioned, but there is suspicions and there is intelligence. Probation, the majority, spineless, will just say, right, recall him without even looking into it. Then you're sitting in prison and you've got to wait 2 to 3 years for a parole hearing just to try and prove your innocence. It's like being on trial again. You have got to sit on the parole board, plead for your life, answer their questions, give your reasons why you think you've been recalled, even though it's out of your hands. It's been done maliciously. And a lot of the time, because it happened in my case, when there was police intelligence, that was the first thing the parole board questioned us on. They said, what's this about police intelligence that we have on you for supplying drugs? I turned around and said, it's a total load of bullshit. I've never been pulled in off the police. I've never been raided. My car has never been stopped and searched. I've never been stopped in the street. So if there was police intelligence I was supplying, why didn't they act on it? Why didn't they pull us in the street? Why didn't they raid me house? The parole board did turn around and said, right, we're dismissing this. We'll question you no further and we will bear no judgment on this intelligence because it seems as though it is what it is, a load of shit. So that was no further. But that doesn't matter in your case, that they've just dismissed it. You've sat in there for 2 or 3 years waiting for a hearing for them to just dismiss it. But what about the last 2 or 3 years of your life sat in prison waiting for this? How is that justified? So that's what I'm saying about the recalls. You should not be allowed to be recalled, or they should not be allowed to recall you without charging you first. Pulling you in for a police interview, fair enough, get charged, then it's down to probation to recall you. Not recalling you without even questioning you. Probation don't even pull you in and ask you your side of the story. Why do you think this has been made up or made against you, this allegation, this intelligence? They just say recall. Then probation have got the same powers as judges and magistrates. They can click the fingers, send you back to prison for anything. They've got more power than the fucking judges because they need a proper case to remand you into prison. But these can recall you like that. At least when you go to court, there's charges. Then the CPS decide on whether or not you should be charged. Then the courts decide whether or not you should be remanded. But an IPP prisoner doesn't see a court, doesn't see a police station, doesn't see an interview. It's immediate recall straight back into the prison. How is that justified? They should have to charge you before recalling you. In my own personal opinion, I believe it should be down to the parole board. It's down to the parole board to release you. It's down to the parole board to terminate your licence. So it should be down to the parole board to issue your recall. At least then it's done properly with a few panel members and not just one bitter probation officer or one bitter manager.